Oh, that actually looks dirty coming out of there. Now it's clean. That's weird. Hey, John here. I got this 2012 KLX 250 Kawasaki. The symptoms are the carburetor, I think, needs to be cleaned, because this bike, once it's warmed up and going down the road, you'll come to a light, the thing will just stall. It'll start right back up, but like I said, it'll be warmed up, everything's running fine. As soon as you stop, the thing stalls. So it's getting a little annoying. And this bike, even brand new, the bike right off the showroom floor was always cold starting. It was very cold, or very hard to start cold, and you would kill a battery if it was cold out. Choke, whatever, didn't matter. It just didn't want to start. So I ended up, where the heck is it? There's a little, you can't see it because it's dark, but there's a little pinhole for a straw for starting fluid, and that solved that problem for cold startup, because there's the intake. You just give a little toot there. That solved that problem. But over the years, it's been 10 years, this bike has been running fine. Like I said, the symptoms are now that, again, the bike runs fine. It's just when you come to a stop, it just stalls. And it's not the idle, it's not any of that. So I think it's we're going to take the carburetor off and clean it up, and that should do the trick. Alright, so those panels came off real easy. 4 panels, they each had 3 bolts in them. In this gas tank, there's just this one center bolt here, and one on each side for the gas tank. Same thing over here. Alright, so now I'm just going to lift this gas tank up and unhook the hoses, but it's full of gas, unfortunately, so I got to get a gas can and catch a lot of this. A lot of it's probably going to go all over the place, but I didn't prepare well for this, so I'm going to take all 4 of them hoses off. Oh, just sprung a leak. Now I need to get some more hoses. Alright, so it's looking like this harness, this wiring harness, is dead nuts in a way. It's the top of the carburetor there. So I'm going to undo these cables, the throttle cables, first, and then hopefully when they're out of the way, we can jockey this electrical harness to the right, get the cables out of there. I'm going to cut this cable tie right here, and hopefully we could just jockey it over there, because it looks like it may come right at the top here. So the plan here is, like I said, get these cables off, and there's a jam nut here. Just going to loosen the jam nut here and here, spin her up. Hopefully it'll come out of that groove, and then we could probably get the barrel out of there once this is free to move. That's the plan. I'm going to stick to it. There's 2. Let's see if they'll come out of there. Yeah. So I didn't want to loosen the bottom one up, just because I want it set to where it was. Try not to disturb it. Then I can get this barrel cable out. Should be no problem. There we go. Squished in there. Yeah, see that wiring cable? The wiring harness is still in the way, even with this. So let's break that cable tie off. Try to show you where I'm at here. So I'm just trying to get this cable wiring harness so I can move it back and forth. And right now we have to move it this way a little bit. What's this? Does that have to come off? That has to come off of there too. This is on the carburetor, this hose. So we might as well pry that up. Looks like an air fitting because there's no gap or no clamp. Air hose on the top of that carb. So we'll just pull that off, right? Let's try to remember where everything goes. Now see if we can get this slid just a little bit over Then we can get this out. Right? There we go. Come on, there we go. Alright, so that's out of the way. Now, let's see if we can pull this bugger up. Get her out of the way. Alright. Now, can we move this cable completely out of the way? Let's see here. We've got another tie. Nope. Yeah. So I think once we get done unhooking everything, we're going to be able to, let's put this on this side so we don't screw them up. I think we'll be able to come up through the top. I'm not sure yet. It's the plan. And I think, let me cut this one a little bit. Cut this tie too. So, I'm gonna put, yeah, there we go. Now we can move this cable kind of out of the way. All right, now we got to get the rubber boots off, and that should be fairly easy. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, so I was able to get in here to get these rubber boots loose, one on this side, one on the other side. But while I'm in here, I'm thinking before I take them rubber boots off, get some of these other lines off the carburetor if I can from here. There we go. Let's see if we can get that off of there. Pry it off. Oop, there she goes. There's a filter in there. I don't know if you can see that. Looks pretty decent. So we'll just leave her in there. So I can still see a couple lines. There's one on the bottom of the carburetor. It has to come off. And there's this line right here. But these are overflow drains. They should be fairly easy to get out. Let's see if we can pry these boots off. Let's see what we got here. Well, can we get it out this way? Yeah, I think we're going to have to take the boot off. It's almost out of there, but so let's see. Let's try to put her back in and go the other way. Get this boot off. I might have to take this. What are we looking at? This reservoir off for the brake fluid, or at least bend it out. See if we can get this boot out that way. Yeah. Let's see here. Can we just peel it back this way? Yep. Let's see. Can we just pull it back now? Yep, that's out of there. But I think we got some, still got some lines to tend with, right? But I think it will come out of there. It looks like it should. Alright, so what we got left? We got one on the bottom, and then these two, but I think we could just pull that right up. Let's get the one on the bottom out first. There we go. Get it off of that. There we go. Oh, looks a little corroded in there. Anyways, now these other lines are, I think they're just overflow. So let's try to pull this out from the top here. Well, if there's an easier way, I'd sure like to see it. It just doesn't look like it can come out any other way. Again, we still got them lines on there, but I think they should just drag out and up. Wow, what a tight fit. Yeah, it is a tight fit. Alright, so we still got this line here on there. I guess we could take it up, or it does look like it's coming right out of its harness. It's a dead end hose, but you gotta remember where to slide it back through. Alright, so we got the carburetor out, and whoop, peeing all over the place. Let's go take a look, see if there's anything in the bowl. Yeah, it's upside down. Let's see if there's any garbage in this bowl causing anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if these things don't turn, we're gonna have to wrap on them. Don't want to strip them. Looks clean as a whistle. I'm going to clean up some of this stuff, get this stuff off the gasket. Yeah, that looks clean too. But we're going to go ahead and clean everything up, so we'll take the float out, the pin, and let's see. Let's see how clean or dirty this is. Everything does look clean, but again, I'm going to go ahead and give her a toot of good stuff anyway. I'm trying to look down in there. I'm going to take a little piece of wire and clean all these. This looks clean though. It really does. I'm going to clean it anyways. Some little stuff in here. Just going to spray every hole, right? Every hole that has an avenue. Whoop, watch your eyes. There's got to be something. Got to be something clogging this thing. Well, that actually looks dirty coming out of there. Now it's clean. That's weird. Did have a little amber tone to it, but so let me clean this stuff up here, put this back together, clean these out with a little wire. Yeah, so this end of the carburetor looks pretty clean. So I just take a little piece of wire, hone all these out. But again, none of these appear to be clogged to the naked eye. So I don't know if you can see in there, I take a little piece of wire, you know, thin wire, and probably can't see in there. I'm trying to get that light bright. Little pinholes towards, if you shut the, yeah, I can't get the light right. There's 4 little pinholes. I just want to make sure they're clean, you know, not clogged. So I take and poke the holes in there. So now, let's see what's doing on this side, if anything. Magnet. Just reach in there with that slide. Right. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. There's no holes in it. I can hear it breathing. This thing seems to be clean to me. I don't know. Let's put it back together. I don't think there's nothing wrong with this thing. Well, unfortunately, I didn't see anything dirty. So we'll just pop this back in. Start her up, let her run, maybe just clean it. Maybe, you know, maybe we did something. Don't know. So I started that one, the hose on the other side, the drain. where it was, and then I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to put it all the way in yet. We're going to go to the other side and plug in them bottom hoses, remember? We got these two hoses down here. This is the hose that I fed down. That's the just a drain there. This one goes on the bottom. Had no clamp on it. That goes there. And then what else was on this side? Anything? Let's go back over the other side, I think. You're probably not going to be able to see before we, this is the one coming from the reserve here. It goes to the bottom nipple, and this tan fella, I can see just poking down, that goes to the top nipple. But I want to feed this into the forward boot first. Then we'll put the other boot in. Yeah, this thing's problematic, man. Very tight fitting. It's kind of offset too. It's not exactly coming off the block. It's at an offset. That's where the choke is. I mean, this whole thing is goofy. Your choke is literally behind this thing. It's goofy operation. Alright, so we got to get that rubber clear line on the top nipple. Yeah, it's probably better to do this now before putting that other boot in there, just because you can't get your fingers in there. And if you put the other boot on, I think everything is just going to be too stiff. This line right there, trying to get this this clamp back up to this line, and I just did the upper. You can't see it, but the upper one, that clear line or amber line, that one on the top, that had no clamp. And I think that was it on the bottom there, but we'll see in a sec. Alright, so we had this this top, just an air hose, or we look at the same thing on the top of the carburetor here. That did not have a clamp on it. Just kind of plugged in there. Oop. Very problematic. These throttle cables, we're going to have to leave them until we get the boot on. Remember the boot? I have to back the camera up, but we had to move this. Let's see, it was this way it goes in first. You gotta be a little bit careful. You don't poke a hole in the boot. It's almost there. So let me finesse this the rest of the way in, and then reposition the camera. Get a little light on these. We'll hook them back up, and I think that's it. So, this biggest challenge, I guess, getting that boot on and off. This is very problematic, this carburetor. Not an easy one. But where'd that wire go? Don't we have a wire here? Yeah, there we go. This wire plugged into here, right? And then this thing kind of scooted back over the top here. Remember, it was on top of the carburetor. So getting that wire over the center of the carburetor there. Now we can, throttle cable. Remember, so this goes up, and we cinched it down. I don't know if I'm showing that. Yeah, so we got the right cable in the right spot. We got push-pull. Can't go the other way. So we got to tighten these jam nuts up, and then take a look around. I got to do some zip ties for the cable. Redo some zip ties, and we're going to put the fuel tank on and get that one little thing we screwed up before. So this is the one we split right here. Unfortunately, this is a formed thing, but I cut it roughly the size, so we're going to have room to get in there. So we're going to have to put that sucker there. I don't give you much room. There we go. So Let's get this one. Right, the same hole. Uh-oh. I don't remember which is what. I don't remember what is what. And I suppose it makes a difference. I don't remember. Let's see. Little guy, short guy, little guy? I don't know. You would think a longer guy would be longer. No? Maybe? Shorter guy would be shorter? That's my guess. That's what it's going to be. Don't know how important that is, but I don't think the shorter one would have reached up there. So, I think it was on, what is that? Oh, it's on. Alright, let's get some fuel in there. Bolt this up right quick. Get some fuel in there. See if this thing starts up. We don't need a seat to see if it starts. Yeah, I'm going to bolt this down anyways because I'm pretty confident we got everything. We got everything the way it's supposed to be. Just fill her up. See if she starts first. See if she starts. Choke. This thing ain't going to start without starter fluid. I told you it's hard starting. Well, it started right up. Made a liar on me, but that's what this little pinhole is for. I usually just give it a little squirt of starter fluid, but it started right up. It usually doesn't when it's cold out, and it's been sitting there for a long time, so I'm shocked that started right up. I just put the gas tank on. Well, it's been running about 15 minutes, hasn't stalled, so I think I'm going to put the body panels back on and take it for a rip, stop raining. Go for a few miles, because it always did it. For the last few rides I had, you come to a stop sign, just stalled. Well, there you have it. Oddly enough, I think the thing is fixed. I just went on a little 15-mile jaunt. The thing was plenty warmed up, came to a intersection like normal, things running, idling like fine, like nothing was wrong. There was clearly an issue with it, so maybe just taking this thing apart, cleaning it up a little bit, maybe that did the trick. I don't know, but for sure, taking this carburetor off, a little bit more difficult than I would have originally thought it would be, but not impossible. Obviously, there's just a lot of, there's nowhere to get your hands in there. It's just a small cavity, but we got it done. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.